Hola amigos de Wine News TV, les invito a conectar conmigo y con mis invitados en Wine News TV On The Go, un podcast que a su vez es un espacio donde aprenderás sobre el mágico mundo del vino a través de invitados de todas partes del mundo que nos contarán sobre sus proyectos para obsequiarnos de forma embotellada música, fuego y leones, como decía el gran maestro argentino Jorge Luis Borges en su poema Soneto al Vino. Wine News TV llega a ustedes gracias a Aerionet, nuestro aliado en velocidad y confiabilidad. Gracias a ellos, cada episodio y cada contenido que subo en las redes fluye sin interrupciones. Sube rapidísimo. Si tú también quieres un internet que no te falle, llama al 787-273-4143. Entra a aerionetpr.com o búscalos en redes como @aerionetpr. Vamos arriba. Hola amigos de Wine News TV, el podcast. Seguimos aquí en Oveja Negra, en la calle Lopategui, de mi amigo el oso Jonathan Sokolic, y vamos a hacer otra entrevista con una bodega que se llama Boutinot, que de Francia, del Ródano, que la representa en Puerto Rico Toma Wine and Spirits, los hermanos Felgentreter. Ya escucharon la entrevista que hice con Paco de Henners, escucharon la que hice con Loli de Argentina, y bueno, ahora vamos con Francia. Guillermo, how are you?
Guillaume in French and Guillermo in Spanish.
Okay, and your last name?
Letton.
Okay, Letton. All right, so tell me a little bit about Boutinot, the winery, where it is located, what grapes you grow there, and the style of the wines.
Okay, great. So we are located in France, in Rhonevalley, which is a specific area to grow perfectly Grenache and Syrah, and Mourvèdre and Carignan, which is the flagship grapes we have in Rhone Valley. So today we will suggest you to taste a Côte du Rhône village Séguré, and after that 3 different Caran coming from Rhone Valley. So Rhone Valley, it is in the center of France, a very warm place, and a very windy place.
Mediterranean climate?
Of course, yes, Mediterranean, so very warm, and sometimes a bit cool by the wind we have over there, which call it Mistral, which is a north wind, very cold. So we
refreshes the vineyard and provides a bit of acidity in the final product.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into the first wine. This wine is called, what's the name?
Séguré. So we are in Côte du Rhône village, which the name is Séguré.
And what do we have here? This is mostly Grenache?
Mostly Grenache with a drop of Syrah.
I'm getting raspberry, red fruit, and then the Syrah will provide a bit of that peppery note.
Yeah. We play a lot with Grenache because we want to be something quite attractive on the fruit. So obviously Grenache helps to have something on the roundness and very fruity. And this wine is aged 2 years on oak, on French oak, obviously.
Being this the sort of entry level, if you will, in the lineup, the minerality is there, the complexity. I'm getting some red tea, and then I'm always not intrigued because I've been doing this for so long, but the herbs. You get this thyme, the rosemary, the garrigue.
The garrigue, it is what we have around the vineyard. And
rosemary, it has all those beautiful thyme.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. And what's the price point for this wine for the consumer here? Alex, if you recall, $23 for this beautiful bottle. And this is mostly Grenache. What would you say, 85, 90 Grenache?
80-90% of Grenache and a drop of Syrah. And the point is to have something with a full body wine, with a smoothness, texture in the mouth, and to have a smooth tannin like this.
For the quality, I think it's underpriced. I mean, Rhone you can still find incredible deals at this price point. Burgundy is very hard to get something of this quality for
Of course.
for $23.
And that's why Rhone Valley, it's a good value for money.
It is a good value.
Yeah, with full body wine like this.
It's a perfect wine for those trying to learn about French wines and discover a quintessential Rhone wine. I mean, this is it cannot be made anywhere else in the world but the Rhone. This is delicious at this price point. Okay, what's the next one, Guillermo?
Next one. So now we end up with Keran. Keran, which is an appellation and a village as well. So we will start with Keran Lessis. So we are on the same winemaking process. And the particularity of Lessis is because we are dealing with 6 grape variety, which is quite unusual. Normally in Rhone Valley, the grape variety is mainly Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre. And in this wine, we are dealing with Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre, Carignan, Cinsault, and Counoise, which is quite unknown grape variety, especially Counoise. The point of this wine is to have something quite different than a classic Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre blend.
Delicious. I'm getting this red crunchy sensation, and then this may sound crazy weird. I don't know if you've heard this before, but it gives me a whiff of Dijon mustard seed. There's a note that takes me to a place that it's more than fruit. Is sort of a spice and something that is herbal.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
It's fruit driven, and on this wine, in comparison with the other Keran we will taste, we play only with 1 year for aging. We are working in open oak tanker with a slow maceration, a gentle winemaking process. And we want to keep the fruit, keep this crunchiness of the grape variety, and
at the end you have juiciness and something that cleanses the palate. It like the tannin or the acidity. It has bite. I mean, the first one more relaxed. This is a more serious wine.
Yeah.
This is a wine that calls for a piece of meat or something to eat.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And we have a small grip at the end of the mouth.
Yes,
and,
yes.
And the grips helps to be mouth-watering and helps to have another glass.
And the digestion too.
Yeah,
the acidity
of
is
course.
important. All right, let's go into the third wine. Price point, Alex, for this one, 50, 20, 21. The second one you poured, which one was that?
6.
Which one?
The second one you poured, Le Six?
No, the second one wine was Lessis.
The one I just had. $22. What? Wow. All
After
right.
that, we have Keran, La Côte Sauvage. Now we are...
This is more masculine.
Yeah, definitely. And we are getting in a gastronomic wine with a lot of body. But we keep the velvet aspect in the mouth, you will see, due to the fact that on this wine,
But it's most it's a little more musky on the nose. It's darker.
Yeah.
What do you have? Do you have a higher percentage of darker grapes here?
Mainly Grenache Syrah and Mourvèdre and Carignan. So the Mourvèdre and Carignan brings this kind of austerity, good bitterness, and
Yes, there's this note of charred incense, smoke. There's like when you cook meat on the parrilla, on the hot charcoal.
Yeah.
You follow me?
Yeah, I follow you definitely. And we have a finish with licorice a bit, and so you have black olive, licorice, garlic as well as we had on the previous wine.
Wow.
And,
what a nice wine. Very gastronomic. And again, you have this sort of austere nose, and then it's so juicy on the palate. Lots of fruit.
Yeah.
A little bit less grip at the end than the previous one. I don't know if it's a vintage thing. Yeah, it's older. It's older. I noticed it on the palate, but very balanced. Very balanced wine. What's the alcohol content here? It's 14.
14.5, yeah.
But you don't feel it.
No, we don't feel it, and we do need because in order to have a proper and perfectly ripe grape variety like Grenache and Syrah, you have to
mature it. Yeah, let it ripen. All right, let's get into the last one of the conversation.
The last one. So we tasted the cake. And now we have the cherry on the cake.
Okay, the cherry on the cake.
So now,
what makes this one very special?
This one is les deux barriques, which means the two barrels, and we are exactly on the same winemaking process, the same provenance coming from Keran. But this wine is a selection of the two best barrels in the cellar, and we do it only when we have an outstanding
condition.
Vintage. Yeah. So the last time we did it, it was 2008.
But it's mostly Grenache?
It's Grenache Syrah as well, Grenache Syrah and a bit of Mourvèdre Carignan. So this wine, it is the two best barrel. We have a huge barrel cellar.
It's still evolving. I mean, this wine is not fully open yet. I think it's going to last. It's made to last.
Yeah, and it's exactly by the fact that when you have a glass of this wine, you have to take your time, take a big glass, and the first glass won't be the same than the last one. And inside one bottle, you have different wine, if I can say. And
wow,
differently.
It's like a glove. I mean, it comes into your mouth and cleans everything, moves everything around. Beautiful, delicious. In love with this wine. Price point here, 90, 100, 55? $55 for this. How many bottles you produce of this?
It's very tiny. It's 1,500 bottles because we are dealing with big barrels, demi-muit of 600 liters. So it is a very tiny production and not every vintage, of course. The last was 19.
I love the licorice at the end and that beautiful note that reminds me of, you know, when you put cherries to macerate in this sort of anise. How do you say anise in English? Jesus, I'm trying to remember this like, and
Anise.
Anise, and it does have. Wow, it has this very intense herbal. The garrigue is there, but it's like this lavender. It's something that gets carried in the wind, and you smell like when you are in a very nice forest. And I love the bee there. It's like you smell that you are somewhere out there in the middle of the woods. In a very special place. Wow, what a beautiful...
within 5 minutes, it will be
another
different.
thing.
And so it is the point of this wine. Take your time, be patient, and
even though we're not drinking it in the most adequate stemware, and even though it could be in a better temperature, this wine is delicious. It's fantastic. It's a wine that for $55 can rival any wine that costs 2-3 times its price. Wow, delicious. Boutinot carries, these wines are carried in Puerto Rico by Toma Wine and Spirits. I'm going to make sure to add the Instagram page for Toma Wine and for Boutinot here on the comment section. Thank you, Guillermo. Thank you,
You're
Bijan.
welcome.
First time in Puerto Rico?
First time. It was a pleasure to be here and discover, try to make a discovery of our wine.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Gracias.
Gracias. Delicious wines. The fact that the first two were under $30, crazy. The third one that we had, how much is that one as well? 28. So 22, 23, 24, 28, and 55. So you can get all four wines for under $150. Wow. Congratulations, sir.
It's a good value for money
It is.
Rhonewine, and
It
it's
is.
a pleasure.
So it's still affordable. I mean, it's still reasonable to buy very, very good French wine. The French being the papa de los pollitos, no, the best at doing wine, the best at this, the world champions in high end or great quality wines. The French are, I mean, nobody can compete with you guys when it comes to great wines. You can still find great wines from critically, historically acclaimed regions at affordable prices. And that for me is a win for consumers. I represent consumers. I'm not a sommelier, I'm not a winemaker, I don't sell wine, I communicate wine. So thank you, Guillermo.
Muchas gracias.
Mi gente, qué ricos vinos del Ródano, estos de Boutinot, los consiguen con Toma Wine and Spirits y como dije, se pueden conseguir grandes vinos franceses en precios razonables. Gracias por escuchar, recuerden suscribirse al podcast, compartir esto con quien usted entienda le pueda dar utilidad y como siempre, descubrir el mundo del vino de acuerdo no al destino, la meta, sino en el viaje. Ahí está el disfrute. Será hasta la próxima. Este fue el episodio de hoy. Recuerda dejarnos una reseña para que nos ayudes a crecer, suscribirte y recomendarnos con tus amigos amantes del vino. No importa cuán avanzado estés en el recorrido de enamorarte de aquello que decían sobre el vino. Son uvas transformadas en poesía. Aquí hay espacio para todos. Salud y como siempre, dale share.